Hey all, we'll see how to configure cluster on WebSphere in this class. We will be seeing how to configure cluster and how to manage cluster on WebSphere. If we talk about previous classes, yeah, we have seen how to configure WebSphere and various kinds of profiles and how to federate a node. So in our earlier classes, yeah, we have federated these two profiles. So these two application server profiles to deployment manager. So yeah, since they are federated, we can manage these two profiles through our deployment manager. You can configure your WebSphere individually on these servers, and but in the real time the main feature is you would be configuring clusters. So since I have federated two members, so any cluster can have two or more members. So since we have federated two members, we can configure cluster. So it's like we can merge these two and give one common name in the process. And so since you would be having one common name, so on that you can deploy applications. So once you deploy application, the application will reside on both the profiles. So since application resides on both the profile, even one application server goes down, the application will not go down. The application will be running fine. So this is called high availability. So this is one of the major advantage of clustering, high availability. And of course, the load can be equally balanced with both the servers if they are available, if they are healthy. And based on your server configuration, you can edit the load balance settings as well. Let me rewind the terms which we have used. We would be configuring cluster, and so the main features are, high availability. So the main features of cluster are high availability and load balancing. So high availability means even if one server goes down, the application would be running fine with the other healthy server. And load balancing means, yes, you can do load balance settings. Based on your load balance settings, the load would be balanced accordingly between both the servers. And again, there are various kinds of clusters in the market. So the widely configured cluster in the real time is, or horizontal cluster. Horizontal cluster means physically these both servers would be in different host. Say this is in different, so the host name would be different. Here it's being in development environment, I have configured both the profiles in the same host. But if it is horizontal cluster, these both servers would be in different host. I can say in different servers, so I can say different in different systems. So I mean, if there is any hardware failure, if there is any hardware failure in one system, even then the other system would be running fine. So the application would be running fine with the other system. So in the real time, these application servers would be configured in the different hosts. That is what horizontal cluster is. And so in development environment, people can configure multiple profiles in the same system, like I have configured in my system. So it is a single host, and here I have configured multiple profiles. So this configuration is called vertical cluster. And vertical cluster generally they would be available. People use in development environment. They could use, but in the real time, most of the times, even it is development, QA, prod, people generally go with horizontal clustering. And mixed cluster again, it means if you have both the environments together, horizontal cluster and vertical cluster. So you mean I can have two profiles here at the same time. If I federate some other profile which is in different host, and then with that I can make a horizontal cluster as well. So if I federate anything, something called node 5 which is from different host, then I can merge this 4 and that 5 server, and I can make as a mixed cluster. In such case you would be having a vertical cluster and a horizontal clustering. So that's fine, no need to get confused. So if you have both the configurations together, horizontal cluster and vertical cluster together, then it is called mixed cluster. So this all are for information purpose, but in the real time most widely used is horizontal cluster. So so now let us see how to configure cluster, then we'll take it forward from there. So we have two federated nodes, and I have to navigate to the clusters, and then WebSphere Application Server clusters. I do not have any clusters, so let me create a new cluster. I can give some name. Let me give cluster 1. Well, so here it is asking I'm having two nodes federated. So let me select first node 1, and then here the member name. So the JVM name should be different from the existing JVM name on that node. So in this node there is already some default JVM with server 1. So we can create with name server 2, anything whichever you want. You can give some application name, whatever. So I'm giving as a server 2, this would be the JVM name. And then this is about load balancing. You can Google and find more about this wait configuration. And what I want to do, I want to select this option, create the member using an existing application server as template. So here I have there is already existing JVM with server 1 in this node 1. So since I'm selecting this option, it would just create the similar kind of JVM with name server 2. So it becomes easy to configure. So I'm selecting this option. So the whole so let me repeat. So here I'm giving the required JVM name, and I'm selecting one node, and yeah, I can go next. Fine. So right now we have created earlier we have in the first step we have given cluster name, and in the previous step we have added one node with JVM name. And now you can so since we have added one node, this node, so let me select the other node, and let me give some JVM name. So now I'm adding member. So yeah, so yeah, you can see now I have added two nodes, and I have given the JVM name. Now it will give summary in the next step. Yeah, it gave the summary, and let me click on finish. I have clicked on finish. Maybe my system got stuck. Let us wait and see. Okay, so let the configuration take place, and okay, maybe this error we got because I have clicked twice on the finish. That's fine. So these changes, if you click on save, it will save the configuration files. So it's always good. It's always good to click on save so that the changes will take place permanently. Fine, I have clicked on save. Okay, and so yeah, the general practice when you do major configuration changes like this, the general practice is it's better to restart services. So yeah, so yeah, so let me try to bring this service up before restarting services. Let us see how it goes. And so it is showing red, so you can go to cluster members and click I clicked on cluster name, and then here I'm clicking on cluster members. So here there are the two JVMs which we have just created. Let us click on start and see how it goes. So you can start your JVMs through admin console. Yeah, let us click on start. It is getting started for the first time. Maybe because of that it will take a long time. So you know the prerequisites. The prerequisites are to bring this node up. The corresponding node agent should be up. So the node agent on this node, node 01 should be up. So let this operation complete, then we'll check the status of node agent as well. And so parallelly, let me repeat the services. So yeah, we have started this service. Okay. Well, I want to revise about restarting the services and the required services to maintain the health of the current environment. So the very first thing, you are accessing this deployment manager. So to access your deployment manager, the service should be up. By any chance, if you couldn't access the admin console, you can call this as admin console. By any chance, if you couldn't access admin console, you should go to the profile and check whether the service is up. And the command to start deployment manager is start manager. If it is Linux, start manager.sh. So yeah, so here this is the deployment manager profile root, and then from the bin you can just click on start or whatever, start and stop manager, and then it will take the operation accordingly. So this is the one important service. And next, yeah, so now this the new cluster member whichever we have created, it is up. So to maintain this service up, earlier we have discussed the corresponding node agent should be up. And yeah, so node agent, so both the node agents are up. And the commands to start and stop node agent is start node or start node or stop node dot bat. To start and stop, you can use these commands. So again, if it is Linux, instead of dot bat, you can just use dot sh. And then yeah, we have covered how to start and stop deployment manager, and then how to start and stop node agent. So node agent you need to run from the profile root. So application server profile root. So you need to start and stop node agent from the application server profile root. And start manager, you should run this command from deployment manager profile root. So this is deployment manager dmjar01. This is deployment manager profile root. This is application server profile root. And so next, the final service. So now, yeah, it is still not complete green. I'm navigating through the cluster members. Yeah, so one of the service is still down. So yes, you can start the command through admin console, and you can start the command start the server from terminal as well. So I'm at the here I'm at the so here I'm at the node 04 here, yeah, node 04. I'm in that profile root bin. So the JVM name is server2 here. So the command to start this JVM is start server2, and so I'm giving the JVM name. Yeah. And okay, so here this JVM, I mean application server profile, you can either start from terminal or you can start from admin console. And I like to repeat again, so the service node agent, earlier whichever we have started, this node agent can, if it is in a stop state, it can be brought up only through terminal, I mean yeah, only through command prompt. But JVM you can either start and stop through admin console or through terminal, but node agent can be restarted only through terminal. I mean if it is stop, you can bring it up only through terminal. That is about node agent. So node agent can be brought up only through terminal. Okay, and let this service come up. So let me see what I could explain. Yeah, so yeah, they to discuss in more detail. So right now we are starting and stopping service through profile route. But you can do the same thing from VAS route as well. So VAS route means still here it is VAS route. So you can run through VAS route as well. So if it is VAS route, you should change a little bit. I'll explain you. I'll explain. Well, so if you have to run through VAS route, yeah. So this is how you should use a command if you want to start and stop through VAS route. The only thing I have added here is profile name and yeah. So just give me a moment. So here in the node 04 we are bringing up this service. Well, we are bringing up this service. Yep. Okay, cool. It is started now. Yeah, server 2 is open for e-business. So I have started through profile route. Let me do the same thing from VAS route. Okay, so earlier we have started. I can do it. Stop now. Yeah. Stop server. Yeah. So I can say I'm just restarting this JVM, but earlier I have done through profile route. Now I'm just doing from VAS route. So in the VAS route, it's a little bit higher folder level. Since in the VAS route you can have multiple profiles, so whatever. But if you have to stop the service from VAS route, you have to just add this profile name. So I'm giving the profile name, and I'm giving this is common anyways. You have to give a JVM name. So let me enter it. Yeah. So JVM, you can start from VAS route profile till here it's a VAS route. So from VAS route and or else from profile route or else through admin console. So similarly, even if you have to start node agent through profile route, but by any chance if you restart from VAS route, you can just give profile name. That's it. Similarly for the node agent. So right now in this terminal we are stopping the service of this JVM, and parallelly let us stop this node agent of this service through VAS route. Okay. Okay, so I just want to stop node agent through VAS route. So if you want to stop the node agent through profile route, say suppose if you want to stop the node agent from profile route, you can just click on stop node. That's it. You can just click on stop node. But since I'm stopping from VAS route, I have to give a hyphen profile name. Yep. So let me enter. Just give me a moment. Okay. Yep. So yeah, like this, you can start and stop services from VAS route or a profile route. And okay. So let me repeat. So if you want to start or stop service from profile route, you have to just give like this start server and then the JVM name. If you are doing it from the VAS route, you have to just add profile name. So similarly for the node agent, you have to just give stop node or start node. But if you are doing it from VAS route, you have to just give profile name. That's it. Okay, and so this JVM is still starting. So you can see here, so the node agent is stopped and we have stopped it from VAS route, and you can check this node agent status through admin console. So since node agent is down, we have stopped node agent. So node agent of server 1. So since node agent is down, earlier we have discussed prerequisite node agent. So since node agent is down, if you click on refresh, the server should status should not be green. See, it is in the question mark, the interaction between the application server, I mean this node 1 and deployment manager is disconnected. That's why we couldn't get the status. And parallelly, we have stopped this service server 2 as well. So this is down as well now. And so this is showing question mark because node agent is down. This here we have stopped JVM, that is why it is showing red. So let us see node agent status. So since earlier we have stopped node agent, yeah, since we have stopped node agent, yeah, since we have stopped node agent of APPSRV01, it should show red. Let us see the status through admin console. Node agent, yeah, yeah, see node agent of node 01 is down. So yeah, to revise you, you can restart services from VAS route and then profile route. So if you are running from VAS route from profile route, you can use commands like this, and if you are using VAS route, you can use commands like this. And for JVMs, you can restart through admin console as well. And yeah, so now we have clusters. So we have just now configured cluster, and you can access your cluster members through here. You can click on cluster members, and you can do the required operations. So now since you have a cluster, you can deploy application on this cluster. So we have seen deployment in our sessions. So you can deploy in this cluster, and yep, so you can take the benefit of high availability and load balancing. So yeah, that's all about clusters. And if you are new to WebSphere, and if you want to learn the WebSphere course, there is my course is available in the YouTube. You can just type with the keyword Praveen space WebSphere. type Praveen space WebSphere. Yep, that's me. And you would find the playlist. In the playlist you will find the course. So there is a WebSphere Application Server Administration course. So you can click on this course and you can go through the complete course. So this course is short and clear, and it's more about practical oriented. So if you want to know about configuration right from installation and for the complete architecture, it is good to learn. Maybe you would find little theory for, yeah, for theory. I did not cover much theory, but practical points I have covered, and they are short and clear. So you can go through this course and learn the WebSphere as well. And that's all for this class. If so, yeah, so that's all about this class. And if you do like my video, and if you do like to watch my videos for the learning, please click on thumbs up, so that other guys would come to know, and they can learn as well. And please subscribe to the channel. Yeah, so subscription definitely helps us to motivate to create more videos. So please subscribe as well, and thanks for watching this video. Bye bye.